Hello, welcome to my top 20 most anticipated films of 2017. I don't think I did one for last year for the films of 2016 I was looking forward to. I may be wrong, but I don't think I did. But I've been doing this for years on the channel, and it's a bit late. I know we're almost at the end of January now. People have been doing these for the past couple of months, but I thought it'd be time to kind of finally get that list out there and talk about some of the films I'm looking forward to this year. I have 5 honorable mentions. The Lego Batman movie. The Lego movie really surprised me, and I really like Batman in it, but I'm not sure if the whole film will hold up. I don't know. I'm intrigued, but I probably won't go and see it or anything like that. I'll check it out once it comes out on Blu-ray. Wonder Woman, I'm kind of interested in it. I mean, I really liked her in Batman vs Superman, but not one I'll be rushing to go out and see. The Mummy, again, Tom Cruise. I love Tom Cruise movies. I like his brand of action, fun. It's always a good time, I think, but I'm not too kind of excited or amped up about it. Cars 3. I love Cars. I love the original Cars, particularly for Paul Newman, but the second Cars film is probably Pixar's worst film, right? I think we can all agree on that. I still enjoyed it. It was fun, but it was definitely unneeded and definitely probably shouldn't have happened. So I'm intrigued by this one, but I'm not sure whether it'll pay off. And then the other Pixar film coming out this year, Coco, which I know little about. I know that it takes place, or it has a theme of the Day of the Dead, so it'll have a Mexican vibe to it, but I don't know that much more about it. But I'm intrigued to see another original Pixar film. I really think they need to start focusing on those more, because we got Incredibles 2 coming, Toy Story 4, and it's like, I don't know. Right, so the top 20, here we go. Free Fire. This one I'm not going to say much about. I know it's a crime related film, but I mean a lot of these, well not a lot of these, a few of these I should say, I'm intrigued by based on the people behind them or the people who are starring in them, and I don't want to look into it too much. So the cast for this one just looks great to me. Michael Smiley is one of those kind of British actors who I just love in everything I see him in. Brie Larson, great actress. So just based on the cast and it being a British film, I really want to see that one, but we'll probably wait until it comes out on Blu-ray because again, usually me and Connie go to the cinema to see the kind of big movies. So some of these I won't be going to see in the cinema, but most of them I think I will be. Number 19. I really have to say this title out loud, don't I? The Fate. Is it The Fate? The Fate of the Furious, right? Okay, I've got the list on my phone, by the way. Ooh, spoilers. The Fate of the Furious. Fast 8. I mean, I loved the last one. I really thought that it was a lot of fun, had some great action, and had probably one of the most, unfortunate but beautiful kind of send-offs to someone who had actually passed away in real life. What they did at the end of Fast 7, I thought was just like, it rose so far above, the standard that the Fast and the Furious franchise had set from day one. Like, it was a great moment, and I really think they should have left it there. But I'm still kind of all in on the kind of action spectacle. The trailers look ridiculous. The plot they've gone with Vin Diesel kind of going bad and rogue just seems like they're just kind of grasping at straws. Kurt Russell, one of my favorite actors. I got to see him in this, but I like them. I do like them. I don't think it's going to be a good film. I think they're going to truly jump the shark with this installment. And I think that Vin Diesel said something along the lines of Paul Walker was talking about this and he wanted to do an 8th one, so that's my cue. We're going to do an 8th one. And to me, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I kind of wish they'd left it at Fast 7, but I'll go and see it. Number 18, Beauty and the Beast. I've kind of liked what they've done with some of the live-action Disney kind of, they're not even remakes, they're kind of reimaginings, I suppose. Jungle Book was great last year. I really liked Maleficent. I thought that was a really good film. I enjoyed that a lot. So Beauty and the Beast, this is probably the most high-profile one they've done. The animated version was huge when it came out and has a nostalgic place in my heart because it was the first film I ever saw in the cinema, and I believe that's one of my earliest memories was going to see Beauty and the Beast with my nan. So I'm intrigued to see the live action version. I like the cast. There's a clip of Emma Watson singing one of the songs that just got released, and it sounded terrible. They've auto-tuned it and stuff, and I hope they kind of fix that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Number 17, another example of a film I don't know too much about, The Space Between Us, science fiction film apparently about the firstborn human on planet Mars, and I don't know much more beyond that, but the cast looks great. And so, you know, I love that science fiction has had somewhat of a renaissance over the past kind of 3, 4, 5 years in terms of big blockbusters. This one doesn't look like a big blockbuster, but still I like kind of big to kind of medium budget sci-fi films becoming more at the forefront now. You know, films like Gravity, Interstellar, and you know, they're really pushing it up. And I don't think this is going to be anywhere near as good as those films, but I'm intrigued by the story. The Martian was another one. Number 16, Murder on the Orient Express. This has got a fantastic cast. I mean, you can just look it up for yourself. Kenneth Branagh is going to be directing it, so you know it's in good hands. Classic story. Obviously, it's been done, you know, to death, but I really like the cast, and so and I like the story, so I'm really looking forward to that one when it comes out. Number 15, The Red Turtle. This is, I believe, a co-production between I don't know, some European animation company and Studio Ghibli. And I believe it's a silent film in terms of there's no dialogue, and it's told through just the characters, and I believe they're stranded somewhere, I'm not too sure, but it looks fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Number 14, Kong Skull Island. This one looks very intriguing. They've made King Kong like much bigger than he's ever been before if you look at the trailers. Another example of a really good cast, and you know, it just looks like big blockbuster fun, so I'm looking forward to that one. Number 13, John Wick Chapter 2, I believe is its official title. I love John Wick from, was it 2 years ago, or was it last year? I can't even remember, but it was one of those films that just didn't sound that interesting, John Wick. But then it started getting a buzz around it, we watched it, and I loved it, so I hope they kind of keep the same level that they set with the first film, and maybe even try and surpass it. But even if it's just as good as the first one, I'm really excited for that. Number 12, Spider-Man Homecoming. Terrible title, but I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. And the Amazing Spider-Man series was, it just never sat right with me. You know, from day one they were like, okay, we're rebooting Spider-Man, but this time you're going to get to see Peter Parker in high school. Like, they actually said that in the promotion of the film. Like, it blew my mind. And I enjoyed them, but they were just so forgettable. You know, I mean, they're literally films I wouldn't buy to own just to say I've got them. You know, they just didn't do too much for me. But I did like, what's his name, Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. So it'd be good to see him to get his own movie, see if he can hold it. But mainly, I can't lie, my main reason for being excited about this is that the villain will be played by Michael Keaton, who is my favourite actor, so I'm looking forward to it purely based on that. But I did like Tom Holland, his performance as Spider-Man in Captain America Civil War. Number 11, Split, the next film from M. Night, how do you even pronounce his name? Shyamalan? I don't know. I've heard so many people pronounce it in so many different ways, but you know, the guy who did The Sixth Sense and all those movies, and then kind of his career started going down a little bit. I remember they said he was going to be the next Spielberg. It didn't quite pan out for him that way. Didn't he do After Earth as well? Yeah, so based on the director, that isn't why I'm so intrigued by Split. It's based on the lead actor, James McAvoy, who is one of my favourite actors. I've loved him for about 12 years when he was first in the UK series Shameless. I really liked him in that show, and then when he started getting film roles and stuff, I was really excited about it, and now he's just killing it in some great films that are kind of big and kind of high profile, like the X-Men trilogy. The new trilogy they did over the past few years, but also films like, what was that film that he did? Filth. He was amazing in that film, and he's a fantastic actor, and in this film he has like multiple personalities, and we saw the trailer for it the other day when we went to see Assassin's Creed, and it looks really, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's going to be a great film, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to see his performance as he plays all these different sides to his personality, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now we get into the top 10, and at number 10 is Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets from Luc Besson. It looks like it kind of harkens back to his days of making films like The Fifth Element. It looks like a lot of fun to me. It doesn't look great, but it just looks interesting, different. And I'm all about, you know, people making these kind of big sci-fi movies that aren't, you know, Star Wars, or, you know, it's fun to see something different, even though I think it is adapted from a graphic novel or something like that. But it looks very interesting to me, and just based on the scope of it and what we've seen from the trailers and the images, I'm really excited about it. And it could definitely be one of those films that turns into a Jupiter Ascending, but I think it's worth the chance that it might be something more than that. Number 9, The Discovery. I know very little about this film. I believe it's kind of a science fiction story, and it takes place a year after the afterlife has been confirmed, basically. I don't know how that plays into the story in any way whatsoever, but all I know is that it stars Jason Segel and Rooney Mara. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, I'm all in. I have to see this film. Rooney Mara is one of my favourite actresses. Jason Segel, one of my favourite actors. He was phenomenal in the end of the tour a couple of years ago. I thought he was just so good in that film. So to see those two together in a movie, I'm all in, and I believe it's being released on Netflix in March. That might just be in America though, so I don't know how I'll be able to watch it, but either way, I'll definitely find a way. Number 8, Thor Ragnarok. I love the Thor movies. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy on them. Really enjoy the first one. I think it's a great kind of origin movie. It's quite small in its own way, even though it deals with like the big outer space stuff. And the second one, I love the second one. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but there's something about The Dark World that I love. I've seen it about 3 times, probably more than most Marvel films. There's something about it I just love. I love, you know, the tone of it. I love the big final battle. It's awesome. I don't know. There's something about that second Thor movie I really enjoy. And the premise, the maybe premise of the third one that's kind of been teased, sounds really fun. And yeah, I mean, I love Marvel movies, so they definitely have to be in the top 10, and I'm looking forward to it very much. Number 7, Baby Driver. I know absolutely nothing about this, but it's directed by Edgar Wright, one of my favorite directors, who makes far too little film. Like, I can't believe he's been making feature films for like 12 years now, and he's only released, what, like 4 movies in like 12 years. Like, come on, man. Like, I guess it takes him a while to put it all together and everything, but I mean, there's some directors who release films every year, and it feels like time lost, you know. Like, there could have been so many more great films he could have done. I don't know what the story is with that, whether it literally takes him years to kind of put together the film he wants to make. I don't know, but I'm really excited to see a new Edgar Wright film, because it's been quite a few years now. Number 6, Logan. Huge fan of the Wolverine character and the X-Men movies as a whole. The first standalone Wolverine movie, I kind of enjoy it. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not good either. But The Wolverine, I really love that film. I really, really enjoyed that. I only saw it once in the cinema, so I can't really, you know, I haven't really seen it a couple of times and have a, you know, a solid opinion on it. But my first impression of it was I really, really enjoyed it. And so I hope it's more of that tone. And apparently it is. It's going to be R-rated, and the first trailer was phenomenal. The second one they just released yesterday wasn't as good as the first trailer, but it shows us more of the story, and it looks like a really cool, kind of more intimate kind of scale story than we're used to seeing in the X-Men universe. So I think it'll be an appropriate kind of personal ending to Hugh Jackman portraying Wolverine. It's a shame that he's kind of hanging it up, but I mean, he's done it for so many movies now, and I think that sometimes you really do need to kind of finish at your peak, or at least near your peak, and if you just keep going on and going on and going on, it kind of, the effect diminishes. So I think he is making the right decision to kind of call it a day. But I don't know whether it is the last time we'll see him as Wolverine. I think he might be convinced to kind of come back. Maybe not in his own movie, but maybe in a future X-Men spin-off. Number 5, we're into the top 5 now. I'm not as excited about this one. You know, like, there's some in like the top 10 already, like Thor, Logan. I'm excited about those more than this one in a way. I know I'm going to have more fun with them, but I think this is going to be a much better film. It is Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan's latest. He's now going into the war genre, which I think is probably perfectly suited to his style of cinematography that he likes to use in his films. And the trailers have been pretty stunning, and they look spectacular. And it's funny with Christopher Nolan films now, it's almost like the format that he films in is kind of like one of the stars of the movie. You know, it's like starring Tom Hardy, filmed in, you know, I don't think they did that in the trailer, but it feels like that, you know, it's filmed in 70mm, and it really pushes the, you know, the selling point of the film that he shoots on and stuff like that. But it looks like it's going to be a stunning film. I have been getting into war movies a lot more over the past year or so, so I think I'm kind of primed for this. But yeah, I mean, it's a Nolan film. His track record is ridiculously good. I can't see him slipping at this point. So yeah, a very interesting cast as well. Looking forward to it a lot. Number 4, and these to me are the 4 big ones Wait, hang on a second. I missed one out. I definitely missed one out. Yes, I did. Okay, right. I don't know where I put the one that I missed out, but probably at the number 10 spot I would put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I didn't love the first one as much as everyone else, but I did really, really like it. So yeah, that's definitely one I'm looking forward to. I guess I forgot to put it on the list. Anyway, the top 4, to me, these are the 4 big ones of 2017 that I cannot wait to see. And at number 4, it's Blade Runner 2049. I don't know how this is going to work, especially given the ending of the original Blade Runner film. I never thought we'd see a Blade Runner sequel. It's not like I ever wanted one, and I'm a recent convert. I only saw Blade Runner like 4 years ago or something, so you know, it's certainly not like I've been waiting my whole life for this, but I love Blade Runner. I think it's just such an incredible film. There's a great team behind it. There's a great cast. You know, I don't know how Harrison Ford is going to play into this. So that intrigues me, but just to see that universe again, if they can pull it off as authentically as it was done in the original, I think it will be a stunning film visually. But I think there's a good team behind it nonetheless, so really, really amped up for this one. Number 3, Alien Covenant. Loved Prometheus, really, really enjoyed it. Not as much as the better Alien films, but certainly, you know, is worthy of standing next to them. So this time, Ridley Scott is returning to the Prometheus/Alien universe and is finally calling it an Alien movie. So as exciting as it was to see Prometheus in 2012 and think, wow, Ridley Scott's returning to the Alien universe, now we're literally getting an Alien movie from Ridley Scott. Another great cast. I'm really looking forward to seeing Danny McBride in this film. He's one of my favourite comedic actors, and I think that he'll be fun in this. They usually have some sort of kind of fun role in these movies, like Idris Elba had some kind of funny moments in Prometheus, and you know, Harry Dean Stanton and Yaphet Kotto in the original Alien provided a little bit of comic relief, so I think that Danny McBride will be good in that sense. But I mean, just generally, seeing a new Alien movie, it looks very good. I am still a little bit bitter about the fact that, of course, Neil Blomkamp's Alien sequel, midquel, whatever you want to call it, with Ripley has been kind of put to the sidelines because of this. I kind of feel like, why not just do both? I don't know, but either way, I'm still really, really looking forward to Alien Covenant. Number 2, War for the Planet of the Apes. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is one of my favourite films of all time. I love that film so much. I just think it's perfect. I think it is such a perfect film. It just has so much. And it's just so entertaining and engrossing and gripping from start to finish. We have the same director coming back, Matt Reeves, so I'm really excited about that. The technology is only going to be better with the animation of the apes, but also another great cast, and we have Woody Harrelson playing a pretty major role in this. The trailers look great, and I'm really excited to see if they tie up the trilogy or if they continue the story. I don't know, but either way, the bar has been set ridiculously high with the first 2 of the new Apes movies. I'm a big fan of the entire Planet of the Apes franchise, but just to see the Dawn of the Apes story continued in some ways really exciting to me. So yeah, that's definitely high on the list. And number 1, of course, was there ever any doubt, the Emoji Movie. I just can't wait to see how they're going to take the poop emoji and kind of make it work on the big screen and kind of have a layered character that we can get behind. And of course, I'm completely joking, my number 1 film that I'm looking forward to the most in 2017, was there ever any doubt, Star Wars Episode 8. Obviously, I don't even need to talk about it. I'm doing a whole series about it. You know, you guys know how much I love Star Wars. There was just no way it could not be in the number 1 spot, and we literally know nothing about, well, not literally, but we know hardly nothing about the film. We know nothing about the plot. We can only guess. We know that Luke Skywalker is going to be in it, and Rey's going to be in it, Kylo Ren's going to be in it, but I mean, we don't know anything about the plot. And I'm kind of hoping, I'll give you some words on it, just so it's not kind of a bit of a anticlimax of the video. I've been talking about all these films I'm looking forward to, but with Episode 8, it's really conflicting, because I want to see Luke train Rey. I want to see, like, you know, Finn and Poe and BB-8 go off on an adventure and kind of fight the First Order, and then I want to see, like, Kylo Ren and stuff, and it feels like it's going to be very Empire-esque. And I'd love that, but at the same time, I kind of hope they don't do that. I hope they put a new spin on it, and I'm very, very, I feel very safe within the hands of the writer and director Rian Johnson, who is one of my favourite directors. He's just great. He did Brick, Looper, which is a phenomenal film, and he directed some of the best episodes of Breaking Bad, so I have full faith in him. But I mean, we've seen no trailers yet, and even if they released trailers and it was like The Phantom Menace reincarnated, I would still put it as number 1, my most anticipated film of 2017. So there we go. It was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but leave your comments down below. There might be some films I've forgotten about. If there are any films that you're really excited about, comment down below why you're excited about them. I'd love to hear your feedback on that and kind of your lists. I know a lot of people have made their own videos and stuff, but any of the commenters, comment down below your most anticipated movies of 2017, and I'll see you in the next video.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.